Today on episode 637 of the TerryWilson3.com podcast.
To sell your business today, you might get 2 times your profit on the market, maybe 3 times profit on your market. But we're offering up a 6 times revenue model.
We're diving into what's hot, what's valuable, and what business owners need to know right now to build a business that buyers will line up to acquire. In this episode, Terry sits down with business strategist Jeff Wolfson of TCBWell.com to reveal the 2 fastest growing, highest paying sectors in the marketplace today. Whether you're planning to sell in 5 months or 5 years, this is a must listen. You'll hear what separates a business that gets a lowball offer from one that demands a premium, and how reoccurring revenue, streamlined operations, and strategic positioning are the keys to unlocking massive value. If you've ever wondered how to future-proof your business, increase its worth, or just stop leaving money on the table, this episode is for you. Let's get into it.
Attention business owners, for a very limited time, we are offering to list your business on over 50 top business directories, completely free. This is a $500 value at no cost to you, but only for a short time. We guarantee you will see an increase in inbound calls, website traffic, and search visibility within just days. Don't miss this opportunity to get your business found fast. Call now to claim your free listing before this offer expires. Once it's gone, it's gone.
Call us now at 864-507-9696. That's 864-507-9696.
This is why you need Bishop Pest Control. Tired of pesky invaders? We've got you covered. Meet Bishop Pest Control, your local upstate South Carolina heroes. We're experts in kicking out termites, ants, roaches, and more. Our team of trained pest assassins will make sure your home is pest-free, fast, and efficiently. Imagine a home without those creepy crawlies keeping you up at night. Sounds great, right? With years of experience under our belts, you can trust us to keep your home safe and comfortable. No more unwelcome visitors that aren't family. Visit GetBishopPestControl.com today and let's banish those pests for good. Bishop Pest Control, protecting your home, one pest at a time. Remember, a pest-free home is a happy home, so what are you waiting for? Go to GetBishopPestControl.com now.
You're listening to TerryWilson3.com. TerryWilson3.com. Inspiring, informative, and entertaining content for the entrepreneur and small business owner.
We've got a great show for you today. This is episode 637, and the question is, are you ready to sell your business? You know, most business owners I speak to, they went into business because they are passionate about a particular service or product or something that they provide. I am one of those. And so the idea, and I've been made 3 serious offers in the last 18 years, going on almost 18 years of business, 17 years, 18. I have to do the math on that. Started in 2008, July. So we're bumping our anniversary here. But I've had a couple, 2, 3 serious offers in the last several years to buy TW3. And I've always just said, I don't think so. This is just, this is something that I want to do for myself, for my family, if they, kids, if they ever wanted to take up the mantle and continue. But then I started talking to this gentleman and started reading. And, I'm not saying I'm ready to sell yet, but the idea has become more appealing to me than it had in the past, simply because of the multiple that you can put on businesses with recurring revenue streams. And so the thing that I have been advocating at TW3 forever about setting up a recurring revenue stream for your business, not just providing great service. That's a given. You got to have great service, got to have great products. You got to have residual business coming in, people that's consistently buying your products, goods, and services. All that's great. But developing a business model that has that recurring revenue stream is the golden goose that presents the value for a business to be able to, at some day, if you ever wanted to resell it, and get a great multiple on that business. And so in today's podcast, I've got an expert in this field that's all he does. He's a broker that he buys and resells businesses, and he's got some great experience. He's lived in the upstate here for a couple of years in Greenville, and so as I got to know him and talk to him, it became very evident that he's a person of great value and of great character and competence. And so I wanted to have him on the show. So I really think you're going to enjoy today's conversation. But let me go back and refer back to some things that I have said in the past before we get into that interview, that if you don't have a recurring revenue model in your business, reach out. Let us talk to you. TerryWilson3.com. I'm telling you, we can help you add some products, goods, and services that will bring that into your fold, that is going to do nothing but bring value to the business. Even if you don't want, if you're not ready to sell, if you don't ever want to sell, that's up to you. But the more value your business has, the better position you are in for everything that you want to do, whether it's lending purposes later on, whether it's reselling purposes later on, where it's leveraging the assets against other things that you want to do, whatever direction you want to go, you have opportunities, you have choices to make. The higher value and the greater equity you can put into your business. And so if you need that service, if you want some of that coaching, if you want to be able to provide that, it's not as difficult as you might think. It really isn't. And I can tell you, I have done, as you've heard this podcast many times, I've done all kinds of businesses. I've been in retail. I have been in insurance. I have been in music. I have been in all kinds of things, direct sales. But the business that brings the most fulfillment, brings the greatest health, brings the greatest reward, that frees you up to do the things you're called to do, that allows you to work on your business, not in your business, is when you have that recurring model. And I cannot stress that enough. If you don't have that, let's get something started. So today I'm in the studio with Jeff Wolfson, and he's going to be answering some questions that I have about what does a healthy business look like? What are things that you need to look for? What are those metrics you need to look at and see? What is it that he sees as the common mistake? And little teaser alert, I ask him, what are some businesses that he sees in various sectors that he's really excited about? That if he was an entrepreneur and wanted to start a business, that's the space he would go into, because it is just so lucrative right now from a standpoint of wanting to resell that business. So you entrepreneurs out there, you business owners out there, even if you're not in that space, it's going to give you ideas and thoughts of, well, I need to develop a product or service in that space because I want to get in on some of the revenue that particular business in that particular sector is taking part in. It's just good. It's good strategy. It's just good thinking. It's good. It's being a good business owner to think in these terms. So when we get back from the break, I'm going to get into the conversation with Jeff right after this.
Stay tuned for some value-packed information right after this.
When words are not enough to really show your heart.
When you want to send more than just words, send your best, send your blessing, send a gift that speaks to the heart.
Flower shop. When feelings need demonstrated right from.
Go to Blessed Blooms Flower Shop and Gifts.com to have Amy design a special message, gift, or arrangement for you today.
Flower shop. Blessed blooms.
Give a gift that speaks to the heart. From flowers to specialized gifts.
Blessed blooms, flower shop and gifts.
Call today, 864-702-3307. That's 864-702-3307.
Flowershopandgifts.com.
Still waiting for customers to come pouring in?
Why leave it to chance? With TW3, you don't have to wait.
Your phone, inbox, and front door can be buzzing with real leads in no time. Our AI-driven marketing system finds your ideal clients where they already are.
Online, on social, searching for exactly what you offer.
We don't just promise results, we guarantee them. We're so confident we'll generate leads for you for free so you can see it work before you commit.
Claim your free leads now. Call 864-507-9696.
Call 864-507-9696 or visit TerryWilson3.com to book your free demo today.
With TW3, the flood of customers starts now.
Welcome back, guys. Today I've got Jeff Wilson from Wolfson. Easy for you to say. Founder of TCBWell.com, a company that's all about helping businesses take care of business. Jeff is a strategic thinker and execution expert who understands how to build, grow, and sustain a healthy business in today's fast-changing market. Through TCB Well, Jeff has worked with entrepreneurs and small business owners to implement practical, results-driven strategies that strengthens operations, improve customer retention, and drives long-term growth. So, if you're looking to fine-tune your business model, streamline your systems, and ensure your company is set up for lasting success, you're going to get a ton of value in today's conversation with Jeff. So, Jeff, welcome to the show.
Good to see you, Terry. Thanks for having me.
I tell you, that was a lot to get out for a Southerner. I'm just telling you, that's just a lot to spit out.
Well, you said it better than I could.
Well, you don't know how many times before you got on, I went through that a couple of times. I said, that's a tongue twister for me. Wow. But anyway, let's get right into it. Jeff, you talk about a lot of things in your business, but let's first talk about your mission behind TCB Well. What's it all about? What inspired you to launch the company and to do what you do now?
Well, there's a few things. So I've been an entrepreneur for quite a while, and I've worked in entrepreneurial businesses, and I've also worked in corporate America. And, I've really seen from the inside the fundamental differences between everything from family business to corporate business. And I've seen where owners just become absolutely stuck. And I felt like I was at that point in my own life where I was stuck, unhappy, didn't know how to get off and make a decision to move forward and to experience new things and to actually push through the limiting beliefs that I had. And as I began to really look at what I wanted to do in this next phase of life, I thought, I really want to help a lot of people like me. And here I am, and I help owners scale and exit and get out of their own way. And if they got to blow things up to do it, I'll teach them how to do that too.
I love it. Yeah, sometimes we're our own worst enemies for sure. What are some of the most common challenges you see small business owners face when trying to grow their business, for example?
Well, I think the first thing is that oftentimes owners are actually trapped in a job. They think they're an entrepreneur. They think it's their own business. It was their life dream to be an entrepreneur. But at the end of the day, they bought themselves a job, and they really can't see the forest through the trees. They can't get out of their own way because they're so stuck in the day-to-day, just running the business. So they need people with fresh ideas and new perspectives to come in and help them get out of their own way, help them formulate a plan so they can get off the organizational chart and begin to build systems and processes around them and build themselves a team so they can become more strategic. And then absolutely at that point, the business becomes much more valuable, usually worth twice as much once they get themselves off the org chart.
Wow. That's good stuff. Yeah. So is that what you mean when you're talking about, because I've read some of your content on your website and on your LinkedIn page and stuff about business health. Is that what you're referring to when you talk about business health?
Yeah, exactly. A business is much more healthy if it doesn't need the owner in the day-to-day. It doesn't need to rely on the owner for all the decisions. If the owner can get out of the way and set up the systems and processes and let their team run the business, not only is the business more valuable, but now the business is sellable. And now the owner can actually sleep at night and can relax and actually enjoy the fruits of all their labor.
Nice. So you deal with a lot of people, work with a lot of business owners, and I'm sure you probably hear this complaint like I do a lot of times. Hey, 4 or 5 years ago, we were like a rocket ship, but now it just feels like we're plateauing. We're not diminishing, but we're not increasing. We're just like on this plateau level. Where's the first place you can tell people to look at and point to, say, hey, have you looked at this? Have you considered this?
Well, I think a lot of times they plateau because they don't continually to reinvent themselves. And you oftentimes need to reinvent your business, reinvent yourself, find new ways to go to market, find new products for your customers, new sales channels. And, today with things like AI, it's moving super fast. Yeah. And if you're not incorporating some of these new technologies as well, new marketing, the old days of marketing through just traditional traditional SEO are kind of out the window. So you really got to look at several aspects. That'd be marketing and systems and automation.
Gotcha. Can you share an example of a business that you've helped, maybe, that just because sometimes people don't really get what you do until they hear a story, and then they can connect the dots, because you're talking about systems and strategies. Give us an example of someone you've worked with and you took them from A to Z and what that looks like.
Yeah, I actually worked with a company a while back in the building industry, and we developed an entire sales process around a new product line. And they had just dabbled into this product line before I got involved with them. But what they really needed, they needed a team and they needed a systemized process. I helped them build it all. I helped them build a team. I helped them build the process. And then we skyrocketed. We went from hundreds of thousands in business to tens of millions in business within 2 years. So that's very exciting. And that really can be done in a lot of different businesses. It's just all about a fresh perspective and systematization. Those are the things that are most important.
Systems are so important. I tell you, me personally, I used to work myself to death until I really started to understand and appreciate the value in a system. It keeps me accountable. It keeps me focused, so I'm not chasing all the things that come across my desk. A strong system is so important. What are some values you found in implementing systems for your clients?
Well, I think it keeps you consistent, and it means that there's no question on what needs to be done next. And I think a lot of times that's what happens is whether you're not really a great communicator as an owner, or if you're a little like me, you have conversations in your own head and you don't let anybody else in on the secret until you've already had the conversation in your own head.
Yeah. I told you that last night when I was in the shower.
Exactly. I do it all the time. You're like, exactly. What were you thinking? Well, I'm like, oh yeah, I just had that conversation in my own head before I let everybody else in on it. And I think that takes the guesswork out of things. And franchises are a great example. They've already systematized, they replicate, they do it over and over. And you can just look back at the McDonald's story and, one of the most successful franchises ever. And you can see that they developed systems and processes to help them scale. And obviously they did. So I think that same idea can be applied. And that doesn't necessarily have to be a franchise model, but that's the idea behind it, is creating these replicatable systems and processes. And that's really what it all comes down to, especially. And then these days with artificial intelligence and some of the new technologies coming on, it's even more important now than ever.
Yeah, for real. I'm on the phone with TCBWell.com founder and owner Jeff Wolfson. If you would like to reach out to Jeff, you can go to his website at TCBWell.com. He is an expert and strategist in getting your business healthier and getting it scalable and making it to where, if you want, it's even sellable, and you would have a nice exit package there. One of the things that we're constantly working on around here, Jeff, is retention. What are some strategies you can give our business owners out there, especially in our network, who are selling services and are selling these services as a subscription a lot of times? And so retention is the number one focus. What are some things that you could, little tidbits of information? Hey, look here. These are some ways that you can drive retention up a little bit.
So you're talking about customer retention or employee retention?
Customer retention, yeah.
Customer retention. I think for customer retention, you really want to get your customers involved in the process. For instance, if you enlist them as referral partners, that's a great way to retain them. When you make them a net promoter of your business and you actually measure that and you hold yourself accountable to increasing your net promoter score, I think that's really critical. And I think it's something that a lot of people overlook. I recently got exposed to net promoter scores in the last couple of years through our sister company, Scalable. And to me, it's one of those things that we sort of used to do and we used to talk about. We never really had a word for it.
Yeah.
But now we do. And it's actually a very, very important metric. And I think a lot of times it's something that people overlook. That really, the bottom line for that is you just want to enlist your customer in promoting you. And if your customer is willing to promote your company, then you've got the holy grail. You've got a great customer and you're on the right path from a cultural standpoint and a customer retention standpoint.
Yeah, that's a great way of looking at it. I didn't never thought of it that way, in a good framing. But if that client is willing to refer you over, then you've got their business and their community's business as well. That is.
And one thing I've seen too that really is mind-boggling, but it's actually really simple when you think about it. Like some of these community Facebook groups, for instance. There's so many times that people look for a service provider, a plumber, a mechanic, and they go right to their Facebook group for their local community.
Yep.
Say, who do you like?
Yeah.
And they throw out 2 or 3 names, and that person's off and running with the business. Now, conversely, if that company doesn't treat the moms of that community right, or the folks in that community right, it's all she wrote. But if you treat people right, then they refer you, and that is about the most inexpensive marketing you could possibly get your hands on.
Absolutely.
It's pretty amazing. It's amazing that more businesses don't actually do those kind of things and enlist those local groups because they're really, really powerful.
Absolutely. Matter of fact, that's one of the things that we help some of our local business owners do, is actually set up group pages for that purpose, because so many times the number one question asked on all these group forums, it seems like, is, hey, I've got a leak, or hey, I need an electrician, or hey, who do you use for landscaping, or something around here, at least anyway. And every once in a while they'll ask for a particular service that this particular business owner provides, and then it's like a shoe-in. But it's just a built-in traffic generator for them as well. So you're right.
It is. It's virtually a slam dunk. It's the best marketing I think you can get, and it avoids that initial uncomfortable conversation too. You've already been vetted out. You're a known and trusted resource.
Yep.
And you're in.
Yep. There is nothing more powerful than a warm referral. They're just not.
Sure.
I'll take that all day long for sure. What are some of the top metrics or KPIs a business owner should be tracking regularly to stay on top of their company's health, do you think?
I think that kind of on the same line of what we were talking about with Net Promoter scores, it's things like lifetime customer value, understanding your customer acquisition cost, and your return on investment in marketing. And I just heard an amazing stat the other day. Last week, I was in one of my investor meetings, and we had a marketing guru that spoke to us. And I think he said something like 67% of companies have no idea on the return on investment for marketing. I actually thought it might even be higher. And he said that with a caveat. He goes, 67% of the companies that will admit it.
Yeah, exactly.
Might be actually a little higher, right? So I think that's one of those things that's really important for sure.
Yeah, 67% of business who are honest.
Yeah, I think the crowd, I heard everything from 80, 90, 95%. So it's definitely north of 67%.
Yeah, I could see that for sure. What do you think separates a business that's surviving right now and a business that's thriving right now? What are you looking for?
I think the businesses that are thriving have already developed a plan of how to incorporate AI, and they've already figured out their value proposition. They know what it costs to get a customer. They know how to keep their customers. They develop recurring revenue models. That's another thing that not only will drive the bottom line, but it adds to customer retention, and it adds to your value of your business. Businesses that have recurring revenue streams are worth about twice as much. So if the owner can get off the org chart, develop SOPs, and develop recurring revenue streams, now your multiples have gone from, say, maybe a 1 to 2 times profits to probably more like 4 times or even more, depending on what your sales are. So those are really, really key elements. And they help you in a lot of ways. I just mentioned that they're going to make you scale quicker. They're going to make you more valuable, and they're going to help the owner get off the org chart. And they're going to keep customers coming back. So you kind of win all the way around.
TW3 members, I hope you are paying attention to what Jeff just said. Businesses with reoccurring revenue models scale faster, they're steadier with the ups and downs and ebb and flows of business, and their resale value is higher because they got that reoccurring revenue stream. That is so huge, and that's one of the things I'm excited about. Our software as a service type business model that we use, it's subscription based. What are some businesses that you're really excited about? Like, I really like this sector and I like the way it's set up.
Actually, there's two, and they couldn't be more different, but there's two that really are exciting me right now.
Yeah.
One is healthcare, and one is home services. I'll start with home services. Home services to me is exciting because AI is going to enhance home services, but it's not going to kill it. And it's not really going to disrupt it until we have, not only AI, but robots and things like that. I don't really see robots coming in and, say, cleaning someone's carpet at their home anytime soon. I've seen some of that technology in commercial buildings and things like that. But I really don't see that impacting these businesses anytime soon. But AI certainly will help in terms of marketing and outbound sales and those kind of things. And then from a healthcare standpoint, I'm really excited about a deal I'm working on right now. It's a multi-billion-dollar roll-up. And we're acquiring everything from primary care physicians to urologists to pharmacies and ancillary services that focus in on serving doctors, such as marketing companies and CPAs that focus in on healthcare. And we're doing some really, really neat things there with this roll-up. We're paying out huge multiples. So, for instance, if you're a doctor and you're going to sell your business today, you might get 2 times your profit on the market, maybe 3 times profit on your market. But we're offering up a 6 times revenue model.
Oh, wow.
And the reason we're able to do 6 times revenue is because we're actually amalgamating all these services that I just mentioned. There's 80 to 100 different types of providers and healthcare services that we're combining. And by bringing all that together, we're able to drive our costs down and we're able to offer up these incredible multiples. And, if you're a doctor or a medical provider, you really got to look hard at the next few years. Like, for instance, AI, we mentioned that. If you're not incorporating AI and if you're not incorporating some of these new go-to-market strategies, more cash pay, things like that, you're going to have a lot of trouble surviving 3-4 years down the road because, we're firm believers that the typical fee-for-service model, which is what we all know with insurance payers, et cetera, that model is collapsing as we speak. We're not really seeing it firsthand, but behind the scenes, things are starting to fall apart. Doctors are very unhappy with a lot of their traditional models. They only get to see patients, one patient every 5 or 6 minutes. And a lot of doctors say, hey, this isn't why I went to medical school. Right. I want out. So it's very timely what we're doing, and we're bringing on a host of different technologies to help the doctors scale. And we're super excited about what we're doing there in healthcare.
Yeah, that does sound exciting. I know a lot of people in that particular sector, and you're right. From the insurance carriers to the providers to everyone in between, it doesn't seem like anyone is excited about the status quo. I mean, it's like, I hear complaints all the time from every angle.
Exactly. In the last couple of years, we've just accelerated that. A lot of the patients are becoming wise to the system, and the doctors are frustrated, and it goes all the way around.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens, but we're pretty excited about where we're going with this, and pretty excited about the future of healthcare as it begins to shift.
Yeah. It is definitely a broken system. I'm glad you guys are on the forefront of implementing some of these AI tools and stuff, which is going to make things just drive up efficiencies for sure.
Yep.
But one of the things that we're seeing, you going back to your original model with the home service providers, I can tell that's probably, I'd say, a good 75% of our B2B business is service providers, that landscaper, that plumber, electrician guy. And one of the things that AI has been able to do is both automate the outbound and inbound conversations. So they're speaking to a bot, the bot's booking the appointment, the bot's billing them, the bot's following up with it. It's everything. And all that guy has to do is do what he wanted to do to start with, which is stay on that ladder or stay on that lawnmower or do what he's going to do. And everything else is being taken care of. So it's really done a good job in that sector, I know.
Yeah, it's really fun to see it too. It's fun because now that guy can focus on what they really enjoy doing and what they like doing, and they don't have to necessarily increase their staff, and they can actually get some sleep at night instead of doing all these things that they have to do at night. And yeah, like to your point, they don't have to come down off the ladder to answer the phone. So that's pretty cool.
And know that the billing's going to be taken care of, and they're not wearing their wives out to handle all that bookkeeping nonsense. No, it's a different world, brother. It's a different world. So you left Greenville and went out west.
I did. Well, actually, I was out west, went to Greenville, and then came back.
Oh, okay. So we couldn't keep you. So we got a retention problem. What did we do wrong, Jeff? What did we do wrong?
You know what? Nothing really. I absolutely love Greenville. It just was one of those things from my personal life brought me back here. But boy, I absolutely love Greenville. Lived in downtown, enjoyed the great restaurants. I was able to walk everywhere, and it was super exciting. I'll tell you, the people are really awesome in South Carolina, and it's a very special place. And I was only there a couple years, but I kind of feel like it's been a second home to me, and I can't wait to get back.
We love to have you back. I mean, it's of course, it's like everything else. It's growing up. When did you leave? When did you leave this area?
I was in Greenville from like 2020 to 2022.
Okay. So you were actually going against the sort of the migration trend there, because we've had a ton of people from your area move this way.
I know people are like, "You crazy? You're going back to California?"
You were sort of doing the inverse of what everybody else was doing.
I know. But you know, it's really cool because in California, I've got a heck of a network of people I know, not only from my days in the building industry, but also folks in healthcare.
Yeah.
Affiliated with a number of doctors that are in the longevity sector. So that's exciting. And that's, something that I really enjoy doing, not only for myself, but I enjoy seeing other people find new ways to get treated and to improve their own health. I'm really, really enjoying that. And, our weather's pretty darn good too. Can't complain about that. And not really any mosquitoes here, so you got to like that too.
Well, you don't have to chew your air before you breathe it like we do here in the Southeast, for sure. That is one thing I miss about being in the music business. Back in the day, it brought me to California about 4 times a year, once a quarter, because we had that warehouse in El Cajon, and then we had a place up in Hemet. And so that southern region out there, San Diego, El Cajon, and then up in the mountains of Hemet, it was really nice to get out there. But you're right, the weather, it didn't matter if we went in the middle of July or September or January. It was just always nice. Like, this isn't fair. No wonder I have to pay so much taxes.
It's so funny you say that. This morning I was driving to yoga and I'm thinking, it was misty and it was ocean mist. And I'm like, well, it's not raining. And I started thinking about the fact we don't really have seasons, but we have things like some days it's foggy and some days it's misty. But the weather and the temperature's always still, pretty moderate. So I was kind of laughing to myself. It's funny we're talking about this a few hours later.
That is crazy. Well, if people want to get connected with you, what's the first steps?
Yeah, go to my website, and there's a place there where you can click on that and get a hold of me. Send me a message, send me an email. You can connect with me on LinkedIn, and I'm on Instagram as well. But LinkedIn and my website are probably the 2 best ways. And we do everything from helping folks scale and exit their businesses. And by the way, most owners exit a business once in a lifetime. Most buyers are buying, dozens, if not hundreds of businesses. So the owners really could use a lot of assistance. And working with a broker, a traditional selling broker, isn't really always the best bet, because those folks don't necessarily know how to do the automation and the systematization that we do. So yeah, go to my website, connect with me on LinkedIn, and if you know any doctors that are looking to exit their business anytime soon, or anybody in healthcare, hit me up, and there will be some amazing opportunities there for them as well. And if you're just looking for a little bit of guidance and advice, and maybe you don't want to blow your whole life up like I did, and I'll teach you how to not do that, and to get out of your own way and find that path that you want to find, so you can enjoy your later years.
Absolutely. When's the best time to start thinking about selling? Because I know there's usually, from a business owner standpoint, there's a time they're thinking that might be best, and then there's a time that market-wise, this is the time you need to think about selling.
Yeah, I would say, not to be a smart aleck, but yesterday, 5 years ago, when you start your
now's
business,
the time.
Actually, when you start your business, you should be thinking about how you're going to eventually sell it.
Yeah.
But that's not realistic, But I would say give yourself several years. I mean, even if it's 5 years down the road, we can help you devise a plan that'll be a 5-year plan, and whether it's 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, we could help you get that set up. Because even if you don't actually exit your business, you're going to make your business that much more profitable by just doing some of the things we suggest. So it's not just about the exit; it's about making yourself a healthier owner and creating a healthier business.
Absolutely. On the phone here with TCBWell.com owner Jeff Wolfson. Reach out to him. The links will be in the show notes. So if you're on your device, whether it be on iTunes, Spotify, or wherever, just scroll on down and you'll see the show notes there, and the links will be there. Of course, you can go to TerryWilson3.com/636, I believe is today's episode. Let me double check that just to be sure while we're still on the phone here, because I don't want to tell anybody wrong, but I'm pretty sure that was right. But I've done so many shows. It's something I should have wrote down before we got on here, huh? But let's see here. Yeah, got on the phone here, and Jeff said, how many shows have you done? No, it's 637. Excuse me, 637. I thought, wait a minute. We've just done 636. 637 will be this episode. You can go to TerryWilson3.com/637 and see the full show notes here. But if you're on a device, a mobile device or something like that, you can click on there, and his links, his LinkedIn will be there. Of course, you can go to tcbwell.com and connect with Jeff. But I will tell, especially you guys that are in our network, this is one of the reasons why we have been admonishing business owners and encouraging and trying the best to really get you focused on driving up those reoccurring revenue streams that we give you and show you how to create as a service provider, as a software solutions provider, as a ongoing coaching provider. All of those things that has that reoccurring model to it is just going to do nothing but put more money in your pocket as you want to exit. And you could not do better by connecting with Jeff and letting him help you guide through the process so you can get the most out of your business. Jeff, thank you for being on the show today.
Yeah, thanks, Terry. Thanks for having me.
All right, we'll be back right after this.
You're listening to TerryWilson3.com, the home of TW3.
Man, that dude is crazy.
Meet Jim. When Jim first opened his small lawn care business in Akron, Ohio, he was excited but quickly faced a tough reality. His business was new and virtually unknown, and despite all the hard work he put into his services, he struggled to get inquiries. People couldn't find his location, and his online presence was practically non-existent. Jim knew he offered a great service, but without a steady stream of customers, he couldn't sustain the business for long. Jim's biggest frustration was that he had an excellent lawn care service, but no one was finding him. He tried posting on social media, handing out flyers, and even running a few ads, but the calls just weren't coming in. His website wasn't attracting traffic, and when potential customers searched for lawn care in Akron, Jim's business was nowhere to be found. The lack of inquiries was disheartening, and Jim was beginning to worry about the future of his company. Then Jim discovered TW3. After a free consultation, he decided to join their platform and implement their integrated business solutions. In just a few months, the transformation was remarkable. With TW3's AI-powered system, Jim was able to ramp up his capacity far beyond what he originally thought possible. Calls began to flood in, so much so that he could no longer handle all the inquiries himself. TW3's AI system took over, booking appointments, answering calls, and even sending out billing automatically. Jim's workload was lightened, and he could focus on delivering the best service possible while the TW3 system handled the administrative tasks. With his newfound ability to manage inquiries efficiently, he no longer worried about missing calls or double booking appointments. His business was thriving, and his reputation began to grow. The real game changer for Jim wasn't just the increase in inquiries, it was how TW3 consolidated everything he needed into one seamless platform. Before TW3, Jim was juggling over 20 different services and software tools, each with its own monthly bill. Between scheduling apps, customer management software, billing systems, and marketing tools, the costs were adding up, and nothing worked well together. With TW3, Jim was able to cancel all those services and run everything through one integrated system, saving him over 80% of what he had been paying before. Even better, TW3 provided training and support to help him get the most out of the system. No more patching things together. Everything was streamlined and built to work as one cohesive unit. Jim's story is just one of many, and you can read more about it in the About section at Terry Wilson 3. If you're a business owner facing similar challenges, Jim's success can be your story too. To see how TW3 can help you grow your business, go to terrywilson3.com now and book a free one-on-one coaching call today. Just like Jim, you could soon be enjoying a thriving business, streamlined systems, and more inquiries than you can handle, all with the support and technology of TW3.
Hey Terry, just wanted to tell you how much I really appreciate all you've done for us.
So we hope you've got a lot out of the content today. Please take a few minutes to give us a 5-star positive review at terrywilson3.com/review. This helps us promote our content and continue to reach more and more people. Again, thanks for being part of the TW3 community here at terrywilson3.com. Please like and share our content, and we will see you soon.
Welcome, fellow leaders, entrepreneurs, and visionaries. Today, I invite you to step into a world where greatness is not just a goal, but a collective reality. Introducing the Elite Mastermind Group by TW3, a sanctuary for those seeking not just success, but exponential growth. It's more than a group. It's a synergy of minds, a convergence of aspirations, and a breeding ground for extraordinary accomplishments. You'll learn not only from experts, but from the stories of those beside you, fellow trailblazers who weathered storms and conquered obstacles, enriching your own journey. Imagine being surrounded by a league of highly motivated business owners and entrepreneurs, each driven by the same passion for success, propelling each other towards greatness. Embrace the power of networking, the art of learning, and the joy of sharing your value. It's not just about what you gain, but what you contribute. Dare to be exceptional. Dare to be part of the elite. Don't just dream of success. Surround yourself with those who are already living it. Join the Elite Mastermind Group by TW3. Elevate your success. Elevate your life.
Unlock the power within you. Discover the untapped potential waiting to be unleashed. You Are Worth More isn't just a book. It's a transformative guide to understanding your unique value in today's ever-evolving marketplace. Visit youareworthmorebook.com and claim your free copy. Within these pages, you'll unravel the secrets to identify your distinct strengths, refine your skills, and ignite the passion to pursue your true worth. Life isn't just about survival, it's about thriving. This book is your roadmap to not only surviving, but excelling in a world that demands your best. It's about recognizing your potential, developing your talents, and finding the inspiration to chase after what truly matters to you. Let You Are Worth More be your companion on this journey. It's not just a book, it's a catalyst for change. Empower yourself, elevate your skills, and embrace the opportunities that await. Visit youareworthmorebook.com today and embark on the path to realizing your full potential. Your worth is far more than you might imagine. Claim your free copy now and begin your transformation.